Welcome to Dice Junkies. I'm Zeno Damus. I'm here with
Q.
And we have Michelle at the editor station.
What's up?
What's up? All right.
I love Hard Day shirts.
What?
These are good shirts, man.
They are good shirts.
They really. You should wear them sometime.
Yeah. I mean, I got the hat on.
Ain't nobody looking at your head. Your beard is the most distinguished feature
We're
of your head.
on Dice Junkies. Like, we're doing Dice Junkies right now.
But tell me that don't look fly.
So,
Look at that.
I
And look how
especially like
mine's
that
white
green
compared
outline
to-
you got going on there.
Yeah, whatever she said.
yeah, can you, our light went out over here. Can you,
Your light went out.
yeah. Can you wiggle that just a little bit?
Wiggle it. Which way? How do you want me to
All over.
Girl, you look good, won't you? Dude, they played that at was that Contraflow?
There we go.
Man, I got to go on. They played that, and I was dancing. Those old folks got on the floor when
Yeah. You were
started
dancing the
playing
other
back
day
in-
at the at our friend's New Year's birthday
Laura's, yeah.
party. So
Yeah. Hey, man, I got to prove I can still move.
I almost shared that one as well on our Instagram, but I just shared the previous one. So I was like, I don't know if anybody wants to see that.
Hey, man, if John Boyega can get out there and move it, and he's a Disney prince, then I can kick it too. You know what I'm saying? Do my moves.
Yeah. But yeah, you were definitely what is it? Burning the rug, or what's the phrase?
Cutting the rug.
Cutting the
Holy
rug.
crap, that's how much I know you don't dance. You don't even know the words for
is.
dance. God, dog. And if you're wondering what we're doing, it's called There Is No Flipping News right now. Like, I literally came over and said, did you know that GT5's on Game Pass, Xbox Game Pass now? That's all I got.
I did actually finally get around to playing Star Wars.
The current one with the Joker.
Didn't really care for how it controlled and stuff, but
Really? Thought you liked the difficult games. They said the combat was kind of Dark Souls-y.
yeah, I mean it wasn't just that. It was I don't know, man. Like, it really wasn't as
I heard it's glitchy. I have heard.
yeah, it wasn't
it's
as responsive as I was hoping. It was a bit clunky. There you go, Blood Axe clunky. That's the word I was looking for. Felt clunky. The just the way the controls are set up, it's not as intuitive as it probably should be.
That's rough considering all of the traversing you have to do with very precise button presses. Because I hear that you do a lot of platforming and it can get really
they do a
busy.
weird thing too. Like, normally, in games when you have like a wall thing you can climb, you just jump at it, but they have a special button you have to hit once you've grabbed the wall to actually hold on to the wall, which makes no sense whatsoever.
There's a vape sliding toward you.
Wow.
So wait a minute. So you have to manually grab the wall?
Well, yeah, like, it grabs it for
Ooh.
a second, but then if you forget to hit like L1,
Then he lets go?
then he just lets go and falls.
So he's stupid.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. It's always hard controlling an idiot. That's always challenging. You know what? Maybe I don't want to hold on to this wall.
He says not on that, not on the Xbox, huh?
Yeah, PS4 loser. Should have got that
Just-
Xbox version.
It's just hold the run button.
Yeah.
Huh.
I'm with you, Blood X, man. Xbox, man. Xbox.
Well, that's the way it is on my PC.
And,
Which they already
Xbox.
made me use a controller. They were like, yeah, you don't want to use a...
Ooh, keyboard controls for that game? I've seen enough gameplay to know that seems like a bad idea.
So,
I know you're a keyboard warrior.
I don't know. I may switch over to keyboard just to see if I can pull it off.
Well, that'll be funny. I almost want to watch that. But no, yeah, 2020 is going to be an interesting year. There's a lot of things on the way, but not a lot of things.
Well, no, I mean, we have Cyberpunk 2020 or 2070 is coming out this year.
Now that I'm looking for. Well, that is going to have to be it though, because when I look at other things that are coming out,
Wow, that's going to be hard not to accidentally say wrong now that it is 2020. because the original tabletop was Cyberpunk 2020,
It's Cyberpunk 2077.
and now it's 2077. Yeah, but that wasn't what the original tabletop was.
Oh yeah, well yeah, we're here now. I get you on that. That's why I had to go 2077. They're like, give ourselves about 52 years.
And I was pretty good about saying 2077 before, but now that it's 2020, it's like, oh man, that's an easy slip of the tongue, I think.
I mean, that's going to be the game of the
At least
year.
I think it was 2020. Wasn't it 2020 that was the Cyberpunk tabletop?
I think so.
Yeah, look up the Cyberpunk tabletop. Tell me
But-
what year it mentions.
But no, I mean, like, the biggest thing to me was, like, I believe Cyberpunk is going to be the game. Like, the game. Like, honestly, if they know what they're... Yeah, 2020. If they know what they're doing, they will keep they'll keep... Most of the game releases will try to be as far away from the Cyberpunk releases they can get. Because this is the game people are waiting
you can
on.
throw that up on the screen since we're...
Like, this is going to put a lot of stuff in the ground.
Yeah, I mean, like, this is probably, like, my biggest hope for 2020 right now is Cyberpunk.
I'm expecting game of the year, because I mean, I went and looked at stuff coming out in 2020, and while there's interesting, nothing seems as interesting so far as Cyberpunk that's coming out this year.
Where I think it's definitely going to be up there. I mean, there's still a lot of things that can surprise you near the last half of the year as far as game releases. A lot of times they'll hold something back and won't announce it until the last second. There's always the thought that Bethesda may slip out something. Who knows? I mean, they've been working on that hidden game for years, right?
I had an amazing, epic Bethesda argument last night. I don't know how you can sense these things, but well, I got in trouble because I actually stated that Bethesda is going to put out an incredibly good Elder Scrolls. And everybody who hates Vault 76 was yelling at me, and I said, no, that's why. Vault 76 is so terrible that if Bethesda does not make the next Elder Scrolls like just you fall in love with it Skyrim style good, that may literally be the end of Bethesda.
I don't know, dude. Like, I think
they can't screw this up.
I don't think Elder Scrolls is the next game they're releasing, though. I don't think they're anywhere near releasing Elder Scrolls.
Elder Scrolls is the only thing that's going to save them. I mean, that's Starfield, whatever it's supposed to be. That's
I
not
think that'll be
it.
the next thing they release. There was, I mean,
like, you got me going.
now
like,
Doom, they'll release Doom this year. Now, if
it's
Doom,
not going to save Bethesda.
it's not going to save Bethesda, but it could keep their head from.
Because that's a different crowd, kind of like.
It
we
is.
know what to expect from Doom, but the people that got screwed over with Fallout 76 are going to need an RPG that brings back the faith in the RPG. Because, yeah, Doom's going to be good. I've seen some gameplay footage. I watched it today. It looks great, but it's also a different genre. I don't think Doom will patch Bethesda's massive F up.
Yeah. So I mean,
Starfield.
You can pull this up on the screen here. We got the so what Doom
64.
Doom 64, is that what that's
or
called?
Doom Eternal?
That
I don't know.
doesn't-
There's Doom
Why
Eternal.
is it called Doom 64? Yeah,
Yeah,
Doom Eternal. Doom 64 was the old. Are they remastering the Doom 64
Probably.
from the Nintendo 64?
That's what this is all about. I mean, 2020 will
Click on
probably be
Doom
another user
64.
reboot.
I'm curious what's up with that. Like,
Yeah, apparently they're re-releasing it. Yeah, there it is. Look, it's going to be re-released on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One in March.
huh?
I don't know why with Doom Eternal coming. I mean,
Yeah, because that's the same time Doom Eternal. Maybe it's just going to be like a little small.
it's probably going to be attached.
Like, yeah.
Look at that. It's the same day. Ghostwire Tokyo is a horror game. I've seen some
Now
videos.
that looked awesome.
It looked like it could be really scary.
I mean, that may come out this year as well. I don't know.
I mean, a good horror would be nice. I don't know what Deathloop is, but Starfield and Elder Scrolls both say to be announced. While it is ahead of Elder Scrolls 6 on here.
But I mean, those are where they're Bethesda games. They're not Bethesda games, like you said. You have the Bethesda Game Studios, and that's Starfield
and Elder Scrolls 6. And that's what people are waiting to see. Does Bethesda make decent games anymore?
But I don't see any of those hitting next year. This year. So,
well, then that means it's just going to be more 76 nonsense.
If any of them hit this year, it's going to be Starfield, but I don't think it's going to happen.
Well, option 2 that they can do to save their butts is if Bethesda does like Minecraft and starts giving out player-controlled servers. Because that fixes almost all their problems. I mean, tell me if I'm wrong. You know Minecraft and the technical stuff more than me. But wouldn't giving out private servers stop the hacking problem because you just don't let the hackers into your server? Like, if they actually did like Minecraft and said, no, you can host your own Vault 76 server, you can mod it, you can set the rules for it, that would, I think, be the saving grace that could fix it. It would fix so many issues. People could patch it and fix the effed up problems because modders would fix it. There'd be mods on Nexus fixing the messed up Vault 76 problems. People would be able to host their own. I already know that at least one group, Misha, it does a bunch of Halo mods for Fallout, and they'll probably do a Halo version of it, and I'd pay money to play on that.
By the way, if people hadn't figured out, there's no news, so this episode is mostly our review of 2019 and our guess hopes for 2020.
Pretty much whatever we want to talk about.
Yeah, which isn't that much from the norm, to be honest.
It's just we're being blunt about it now.
Yeah. We're just saying it honestly now.
But I mean, would that work? Like, you've done Minecraft. Didn't the private servers allow you to do a lot more with the system than you normally could? Like, each person would have the ability to have their own mods on their server. They're private.
Yeah.
So I think that would fix it. I think that's their best option.
I think that would too, but I don't know if it's...
It also would sell copies of the game again. Because I'd buy it if I could have my own server. I
don't know if that's going to be within their reach. I don't know, man.
Well, they have done such a bad job at just doing this. But the thing is, does it have to be, though? Because, I mean, come on, man. The modders are better at Bethesda than Bethesda. If you give it out, they'll fix it. I mean, just being blunt, they will. There'll be servers up, man, that people have fixed everything broken with the game. Put NPCs into it. I just played a mod the other day in Fallout 4 where it had fully voiced friggin' NPCs where a person wrote a storyline, got voice actors. They'd literally fix their game for them and sell it for them. And they need this because it's clear Bethesda can't do games. They can just give you the skeleton and you put the meat on the bones. And that's what they're best at.
Bethesda is great at telling a story. Are making a very in-depth world. I shouldn't say they're really great at telling. Woo, bless you.
Sorry.
Bless you, go.
I can't even say they're really great at telling a story. Like, their main stories are usually blah, but their world is immersive and massive.
Oh, the world of Fallout and the world of Elder Scrolls is amazing. And also, they have a good framework because literally, it is Skyrim is the framework people built on. So they get that good framework out there that people can work with. But, at this point, I think Vault 76 is a bust. And if they handed it over to the players, it just said, look, here's here it is. Here's the game. Here's the files. It's no longer, you have to stream it off of us. You can download it. You can run servers for it. That would patch up a lot of the bad blood.
Yeah. I mean, maybe they can pull it off. I mean, game companies have been greedy in the past. I mean, you saw people release the classic servers of WoW and how that turned out.
So I can't believe that worked as well as it did. Like, man, I was just like, hey guys, like WoW again. Oh crap, it worked. They like WoW again. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, I was not losing that much of my life again. I was just like, no.
It's also a slap in the face though that people went like, oh, thank God you took off all that crap you did. It's like, wow, I don't know how to feel about the fact that everybody's playing classic WoW versus current WoW.
Yeah.
I mean, for a while, I thought they were just going to cancel the current one and just start over, like literally go screw it or rebooting from classic.
Yeah. So I mean, we've talked some about. I mean, I guess the best games that were nominated online. Like, did you have a favorite game of 2019, man? I mean, 2019 to me was a pretty blah year as far as video games. I mean, even Outer Worlds was not what I wanted.
Well, I'm not a good person about Outer Worlds because while I was enjoying it, the glitch I ran into that made me lose all my progress effectively literally meant I never beat it. I decided I'm not going back until they give me a reason, like they put out DLC, because I just don't want to have to start over. And I've already experienced so much of the story. At least when DLC comes out, if I have to start over,
I mean, let's see.
It'll be with extra content.
What games did we play this year, man, or this past
I mean, sadly,
year?
I spent more time playing modded Fallout 4
and
Gears of War 5. is like the most played games this year.
Played we played a lot of fighting games this year. Of course, I mean Mortal
Oh,
Kombat.
you know what?
Came
Soul
out this
Calibur
year.
6.
That came
Yeah.
out
Soul
in
Calibur came out
2018.
back in 2018, but
Damn.
That was going to be my say.
But it's good though, man. Soul Calibur
is
6
really
is good.
yeah.
I have no complaints about Soul Calibur 6 at all. Like I can't tell you anything.
I
That's
mean, it
wrong
came
with
out late 2018, right?
Yeah, it came out in October.
Yeah. So
Borderlands 3, Devil May Cry.
didn't play the Borderlands 3 because they pissed me off.
Hey, Kingdom Hearts.
And from what I've heard from people, they still say Borderlands 3 is buggy as crap.
Yeah, how did you like Kingdom Hearts 3? You were getting that, right?
I still haven't got a chance to play it.
Oh, wow.
Sad.
I know.
Because I know you were
Now, Gears
excited
5,
about that.
I bought it.
We
It's
played,
just-
yeah,
it's
we played a lot
still-
of Gears 5 with Blood Axe, and you're still playing Gears 5.
Yeah, yeah.
What were you saying? I'm sorry.
Oh, no, I bought the game. I just haven't played it yet.
Oh, wow. You've been sitting on that for a minute.
I just don't have time.
I got my feel out of Gears 5, and then I just sort of went.
I like the new
I
characters.
tried playing Rage 2. It was buggy as hell, too, which, I mean,
Well,
coming out of Bethesda.
Because it's
you know.
on, it's on Game Pass also.
Yeah.
So, I mean, oddly enough, man, I messed around with a few little indie games, but none of them
Yeah,
are worth
I played
really throwing out.
Bloodstained. Bloodstained was interesting. I didn't think it was as great as people made it out to be.
Bloodstained, I don't think it's bad, but you know,
I mean,
you-
it's a
you-
retro Castlevania type game, and for what it is, I mean, I guess it's not bad. But for all the hype that people said about it, I didn't think it was nearly as good as.
well, you know, you got to kind of be a Castlevania fanboy to really love it. You know, like I'm a Castlevania fanboy. And a Mega Man fanboy, you know, certain games, so I'll feel differently about stuff that comes out for that than you would.
Yeah. What about movies, man? Any good movies this year that you enjoyed, or?
Wow. Crap. My biggest problem is that, you know me, remember what movie came out one year.
Well, yeah. I mean, we watched what you had, the Infinity Wars, the last of the
I
Infinity
liked
Wars came
Endgame.
out.
I liked Endgame.
I never did get around to
But,
watching.
wait. Was Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse?
Yeah.
Oh, God, that was my...
Wait,
that's my
Into
movie.
the Spider-Verse? No, that was the end of last year.
Dang, because that's my movie. That is still my favorite
I didn't
superhero
watch
movie.
it till this year, and I will say that of the movies I watched this year, it was probably one of the best. Was the Spider-Man game? Was that this year? Because that was pretty.
Oh,
good
you
too.
love that, but I want to say that was last year. Like, I mean, you know, 2018.
Yeah, once again, see, yeah.
That's how bad 2019 is. You look back and everything great about 2019 came from 2018.
Oh man.
Nope, 2018. At least what it says on Wikipedia down there.
Yeah, 2018.
See,
So, yeah.
all the and September, so not even really quite
All
the
right.
end of the year.
Yeah, no.
What about movies for you though?
movies? Shoot. I mean, I liked Infinity War, the last Endgame, the last.
I liked Endgame.
and the new Spider-Man movie. I thought it was really good. The second Spider-Man movie.
Far From Home, yeah. I mean,
I
you're almost
liked
better for me to
liked
tell
the
you what I
Spider-Man
hated.
movie more than I liked Endgame.
Whoa.
I mean, Endgame to me was a conclusion, but of a bunch of good stuff, but it wasn't great by itself.
I'll say that, but I mean, I went there to get my peak,
Yeah,
and I left feeling that I got my epic peak. They managed to make it big enough, flash enough, interesting. Where their balls dropped, heck yeah. Like, Hulk was horrifically poorly used, and honestly, to me, with me being a Hulk fan, I felt like they did nothing with him almost that was worth my time. I would have loved to have seen more Scarlet Witch, but they did a good job of what they had in there, man. They really did.
Yeah.
And oddly enough, I have to say they did not annoy me with Captain Marvel as much as I thought. I really was expecting it to be her to ruin it for me, and she didn't.
Look up 2019 series. I know we watched several TV series this year.
Oh yeah, no, there was some good series.
Like this may be the year of series. I mean, we had Mandalorian. Obviously, we finished out 2019 with Mandalorian.
Mandalorian was
I'm
good
just kidding.
stuff. Right.
Alrighty then. Glad that wasn't on the actual screen.
Huh.
Oh, yeah. Game of Thrones ended this year.
That was a blowout.
I thought we were doing good. If we weren't going to bad, I've got
you can
plenty.
throw these search up just to have something going in the background.
Like I have bad movies and bad games I can throw out.
Yeah.
I thought we were doing it good first.
I was trying to remember the good stuff we watched. Like I said, I know we watched Mandalorian, which was good.
I watched Stranger Things.
I have not started
good.
The Witcher yet.
I've watched The Witcher.
The new Stranger Things.
Yeah, you liked it, didn't you?
You said Stranger Things? Was that this year?
Yeah, the new Stranger Things came out.
Yeah, the third season of Stranger Things was so much better than the second.
I need to go back because you remember I was kind of not impressed with season 2 as much as other people.
Mm-hmm.
But you have told me to go back, and I've got my Netflix again, so I'll go check it out.
Yeah,
and hopefully you're right.
What are you saying, Michelle?
Okay, so The Witcher, I watched it. Okay. I have not played any of the games, and I haven't read any of the books. I will say it has made me want to read and play the game, so that's good. Overall, I enjoyed it. Just the whole time jumping can be kind of confusing considering the main character, Geralt, doesn't age at all. So it's kind of hard to keep up like where you are in the story.
Yeah.
I can only do that based off of the characters that he's hanging out with.
Okay.
Cool. So y'all heard that? An actual unbiased opinion with positives
I heard
on it.
There's a lot of titties.
Oh yeah, there's a whole orgy
Witcher.
scene.
Okay.
Yeah,
it's like softcore porn.
You got you collect Yu-Gi-Oh cards at tits.
I was going to say you collect titty cards in the game. So
yeah, at least if you have the version that isn't censored.
Let's see what else came out this year. Blood Axe. What do you got? Let's see. Lots of weak movies, but 2 major conclusions with Endgame and Skywalker. Yeah, that was
Rise
of
Skywalker was the conclusion. I mean, when you talk about ending something, it ended.
Oh, Chernobyl was really good.
Oh,
but you guys wouldn't watch that.
No, I didn't watch.
It was based off of a historical situation that happened in Russia, and a nuclear plant exploded and basically wiped out an entire over a short a period of time wiped out an entire city with radiation.
I know the historical.
With Chernobyl.
Oh, okay.
I like the way she's like a history lesson. Like,
well, it was really good, and
that's based on a true story.
You guys can't see it, but I'm flipping
Chernobyl's a real thing. Yeah, I didn't know that. Yeah.
Look, I'm explaining it because
I like the book
some
better.
people don't. Some people don't know.
There was actually a big problem with that show. It caused a lot of controversy because there was like several people who were going to Chernobyl. Like there were some fashion shots done there, which caused a lot of. After the series came out, like it became which I think some of it was faked and stuff like that, but it became a big controversy because it's like, okay, all these people died here and all this stuff, and people are going and basically, doing Instagram shots.
Oh, that's not safe. That's just being stupid.
Oh wait, The Boys was The Boys.
Yeah, The Boys was.
The Boys was good.
Was pretty good.
Like
it lost me a bit in some places, but overall it was a good series.
So can we switch to what was a trash fire because it'll be a lot easier, like to go into what was bad.
Right as Batwoman popped on the screen.
Yeah, Batwoman. Hey man, literally our other editor Brian gave up on it. Like he couldn't finish Batwoman. He just said, "I've seen enough. I'm done." He watched like 2 episodes and tapped out. And I've just been like, "Wow, man! I've never seen him, man. I didn't think he had that much quit in him, but it broke him."
Yeah. What are you searching, girl?
Hey, let her do her thing.
Let me do my
Let's
thing.
cover for her.
Like
what was the worst movie you saw of 2019 that you actually went to see?
That I actually went to see?
Yes.
I really didn't go see that many movies in 2019. I think I literally went to the theater to see
Endgame
and Spider-Man.
Oh wow. Well then, good job.
Oh.
Well, I can answer this question, and we'll get an answer from our lovely editor. For me, it was oddly enough I'm going to get in a lot of trouble possibly due to this. A Lion King. Worst movie. Well, I'll say Lion King. Rise of Skywalker had ups and downs, but it was more of a problem in the trilogy than just that movie by itself. Mm-hmm. But The Lion King was take everything you liked about The Lion King, remove all emotion, remove all facial expressions and gravitas and make it bland as heck.
Why'd
and you have
bring
the Lion
this
King.
up, Michelle?
Oh.
Now I see the I tried to push out Phoenix and the
But
But we
didn't
didn't
watch
go
it,
see
so who
those,
cares?
though,
and the
thankfully.
Hellboy
Yeah.
remake.
But like, yeah, so to me, I hate it. As far as what I've seen, I'm not saying it's the worst movie of the year. It's the worst one I paid money to go see. Lion King disappointed me greatly
So they say
because
what
it had nothing on the cartoon.
What was the number one they said? The Dirt? I'm not even familiar
Wow,
with
that was so bad. You don't even know what it is,
Yeah.
and nobody else does either.
I don't know what that is.
Let's do a random encounter.
Okay.
Hellboy, why did they reboot Hellboy? Why did they reboot Hellboy without Ron Perlman?
Roll.
Why didn't they make Cable Ron Perlman in the
I don't know. What do they got against Ron
in the
Perlman?
Deadpool movies?
He'll be in the next one. They don't care about continuity. It's Deadpool.
All right, 10. Let's see. Disney time. What is your preference that Disney does with the Alien franchise?
Oh, crap. Blood X? Disney has the Alien franchise? God,
yeah, it was part
no.
of Fox.
Oh.
Lock it up and never
Oh.
take it out.
Oh.
Just leave it alone.
Oh, that one hurts, man. I don't even want to know what a Disney Aliens movie would look like. Oh,
just
good Lord.
leave it alone.
What would that look like, man? I'm trying to think of an answer, but I'm too busy trying to conceive of a Disney Aliens movie.
Blood Axe called me a quitter. Yes, I'm a quitter when it comes to making bad movies of good movies.
I mean, the best thing Disney could do with the Alien franchise is give it to someone else. Like, give it to anyone dang near. Like,
Well, so he didn't say movie-wise what you could do anything with it.
I mean, the thing is that we've seen what Disney does with sci-fi with Star Wars. They took that and ruined that. Alien doesn't have the strong enough franchise to survive the Disney treatment. Especially with Kathleen
There you
Kennedy
go.
Well,
still
sell it.
employed.
But they did
Sell it to somebody else.
Disney did okay with making, like, they did the Clone Wars, right?
I don't know if they did those or they just bought those. But the Clone Wars wasn't that good to me either, though. So
But it was good to a lot of people, though.
it's also a cartoon, though.
Exactly. They could make it a cartoon.
Oh no!
An Aliens
if they
cartoon?
did like an Aliens cartoon in the style of like the Castlevania cartoon.
Well, yeah, no, that's Netflix, though. That's
Yeah.
not Disney. Yeah, you know what? Give it to Netflix. Give it to Netflix and let them do a series. I would not mind a
Alien series would be good.
Yeah,
Boom!
you
There
know
you
that would
go.
be cool. Alien series.
But yeah, no, Alien as a series might be good. But once again, yeah. The level of gore you want to see and the level of horror you want to see,
Which we know Netflix will do. They're not
in
scared.
Aliens, I just don't know if Disney will pull it off. I mean, I don't know what their plans are with some of their more
Also, Disney's too obsessed.
R-rated type titles.
Well, also remember the big thing about Alien Isolation was that the aliens are scarier when they're not always on camera.
Yeah.
They're off camera, they're scarier. And Disney's so obsessed with making merchandise money that they would not actually take the alien and not parade. They'd have 9 different types of aliens again like they did in the games to try to sell more aliens toys. They would not be willing to present it the way it needs to be presented because they make the money off the merch. And to have alien merch, you need a lot of different figurines, which means you need too many characters. You need a bunch of toys. You need fancy weapons. They would have 9 different types of aliens.
We'll
and
have the baby alien.
Oh, well, that could be interesting. But
Baby face sucker. Oh, you're so cute.
I mean, even The Mandalorian, as good as it is, was not gory, but it was well done. I don't think they would allow the gore needed, and also I don't think they'd be happy with doing what it takes to make them show interesting, which would hurt merchandise. Which is, the aliens rarely seen. There's a high body count. Hard to sell figurines of dead characters. Being honest, it is. It's kind of hard to sell a toy of a dead guy, so they do not want to kill off all the guys.
I don't think that's necessarily true. I mean, there were figures of the old Aliens movies of
True.
dead characters.
But I don't think they know that.
Especially as long as you make, like, the character, like, where their death isn't just completely, where there's some emotion behind the death.
Yeah, but it's got to be some cannon fodder
You
death
gotta,
in
you
an
gotta
Alien
be able
franchise.
to, you gotta be able to build that character up and then rip them apart.
And we've seen how they build characters, so there you go again. Yeah, rip them apart good. So I mean, I don't think that they have what it takes to meet both of those goals.
Then you can sell the character of their chest popping open and
they would not be willing to scare the kids with that. I mean, it's just
kids aren't going to buy the figures for it anyway. That's not who your target is.
That is who they target.
That's
only who they target.
That's the other problem. They got to realize that the target for figures is not necessarily kids.
But they hate old fans. They won't go after like people like me and Blood Axe who like the Alien franchise. They're gonna go for the new audience. They're gonna try to sell to like the little these little kids, these little triggered children. They ain't gonna do anything that's gonna. I mean, at least the Alien franchise, the badass is a queen. So I mean, it's kind of feminist.
Oh,
Queen runs that crap, man.
All right.
And they're black. What? Has there been an albino xenomorph? There probably has. My God.
Does Disney care about black people anyway?
They care about the check mark.
I mean, they seem to not do really well with that.
Hey, I like the crows in Dumbo. I thought they were cool dudes. They was shucking and jiving, man, talking good. I've seen a house fly, but I never seen an elephant fly. Oh man, that joke was hilarious.
Oh wow! I mean, we still have
Song of the South was racist. Yeah, that was funny. The crows were funny.
We still have what's his face? Jar Jar Binks always.
That was not Disney's fault.
Yeah,
I have to actually defend.
I
have to defend Disney. They did not Jar Jar Binks. That was George Lucas.
That's true.
I mean, seriously, I'm surprised he didn't have a piece of straw in his mouth. And I mean, they just went all out with Jar Jar. He could have been hanging out with the dude in Song of the South, man. I'm surprised he didn't sit down with little Anakin and be like, little Annie, you want me to tell you a story?
That was probably my great way to come into the new year. That New Year's Eve, our New Year's party that you got to tell all the
all the white people about how racist Jar Jar Binks was, to see their faces and realize they didn't realize that Jar Jar Binks was a cotton picking stereotype.
That was
from
fun.
way
that
back.
Was fun.
When they put it 2 and 2 together, you saw their faces go, "Oh my God, that was a thing." I'm like, yeah. But I mean, he literally had the accent and everything.
Yeah. Our friend J&L Adventures cosplay had a birthday, and we went to that. Now it was an interesting event. We had a Baby Yoda cosplayer there.
It was Ray Bray cosplay.
Yeah, that was Ray Bay.
We had a combo. She was Baby Yoda, and her significant other, her husband, showed up as a samurai, and I was the first and only person to guess that they were doing a Lone Wolf and Cub joke with Lone Wolf and the child.
Yeah.
And that was cool.
So yeah. All right. What else we got in 2019, 2020?
Oh no, I did enough talking. You carry it now. I'm gonna sit on your back.
I've been talking quite a bit. I thought. Have I not been talking?
I mean, want to talk about the new Doctor Who season?
Nope.
Spyfall.
Don't want to talk about that. Be honest.
Their new masters have been shown.
Yeah, I don't. I've heard. I've heard it's there's been some uproar about it, and I want to just leave it at that because.
Hey, somebody actually mentioned. I thought the Doctor had to be male. And she said, no, I got an upgrade.
Oh wow,
that's an actual line. It's an upgrade being a female.
All right,
Doctor.
I'm gonna.
You should have stopped me. Yeah,
I'm trying here.
Hey, I'm not the one that crocheted through the episode. That's our editor who literally didn't stop crocheting while she was watching. It's like,
I made a bitchin' hat too.
It's like I have a choice: pay attention to this episode of Doctor Who or crochet.
Well,
I heard she made an excellent hat.
I also haven't seen any of the new Doctor Who at all.
Trust me, that means nothing. The first season of the female Doctor, sadly enough, they did nothing of relevance. To the greater universe. I'm not trying to be a jerk. I'm just saying they didn't face the Cybermen. They didn't really face any of the major issues that were left over from the last Doctor Who season. It was all episodic, just individual episodes that didn't have a greater narrative. Now they're trying to fix that. I'm going to say that. They said this season They're getting back into the whole
They
Doctor
say they're
Who
trying
universe.
to fix it, but they also won't acknowledge that it was broken. So,
well, that's why they're not going to succeed at trying to fix it. But they're trying, and I'm willing to give them credit.
Like I said, I don't want to talk about Doctor Who anymore. Quit it. You're hurting my feelings. I know I don't have many, but Doctor Who's sort of a sore spot, man.
Did I trigger you?
You triggered me. You get.
Oh, then let's act like it never happened.
Hey.
Yeah.
Who is your favorite companion for number 10?
Huh?
Who is your favorite companion for number 10?
Companion for number 10? What are you talking
She's
about?
talking. Is number 10 the current Doctor?
No.
No.
It's David Tennant.
I lost count. Oh, I wasn't around for the David Tennant phase.
Why don't you roll a die? Get us another topic.
I like the way he just. You know that he doesn't want to talk about this, Michelle.
No,
How could you?
I did it on purpose.
Oh, well then, congratulations. See,
I don't appreciate
Show us
being
the list
ignored
over
either.
here.
Yeah, man.
Roll the die.
She should be heard and acknowledged.
Yep. Roll the 11. DJ rankings. Rank these RPG games: Dragon Quest, Final Fantasy, Monster Hunger,
and Pokemon.
That's supposed to be Hunter, by the way. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it will be Hunter because I don't know what
that.
Monster Hunger is.
Um,
Let's see. Final Fantasy, Dragon Quest, Monster Hunter, and then Pokemon. It's almost in the order I want, but I do prefer Final
it's
Fantasy to
actually
Dragon
in
Quest.
the order that I want: Dragon Quest, Final Fantasy, Monster Hunter, Pokemon.
I haven't
Now this
played
is
any of
going
these games.
overall because there have been some crap Final Fantasy games.
There's been some crap Dragon Quest, but I've always enjoyed Dragon Quest actually better than Final Fantasy. I've enjoyed more Dragon Quest series. Like, even the crappiest Dragon Quest is nowhere near the mid-tier Final Fantasy, because Final Fantasy had... Now, I will say, as far as peak goes, Final Fantasy has a higher peak, but Dragon Quest has a better average.
That's exactly right. If I started rating these games by individual games, Final Fantasy would hold like 2 or 3 of my top slots, but the middle would be dominated with Dragon Quest, and the bottom, even below Monster Hunter and Pokemon, there would be Final Fantasy games below that. Because a bad Final Fantasy game is really bad. Whereas a Pokemon game is still a Pokemon game, a Monster Hunter gets a Monster game, and Dragon Quest never gets that far off the mark.
Yeah.
But it may also be that you've got the expectations you have for Dragon Quest are very specific, and it always meets at least that. Whereas Final Fantasy, you could walk in there and be like, "Oh, what? Oh my God, no!" You're just like, "What the heck?"
Well, because the feel and theme of Dragon Quest is always the same.
Yes.
Where Final Fantasy tries to almost experiment. They go from fantasy to sci-fi to comedy to serious,
and it's hit or miss.
Yeah.
Like I said, Final Fantasy deals in extremes, very extremes. Dragon Quest goes, it's a pair of comfortable shoes.
Yeah.
They may not be your favorite pair out of that set, but they're always going to be comfortable.
Yeah.
And Monster Hunter, it's hard to mess up a Monster Hunter game. It's very basic. As far as what the concept is, hunt monsters. But it's fun. It's going to be fun. But it doesn't really do much.
Honestly, I don't feel Monster Hunter almost fits in this.
It's barely an
list.
RPG, yeah.
It does depend on what, I guess, genre or what time period you're looking at. But there's better of the JRPGs.
Persona.
You got like Breath of the Wild, or not Breath of the Wild, Breath of Fire.
Go old school. Okay, yeah, Breath of Fire.
You have
Suikoden.
Secret of Mana.
Oh, good one. Secret of Mana. Yeah, the Tales series. I know you haven't played them, but the Tales of Destiny, Tales of Fantasia, long-running series.
Yeah, I played a couple of them.
That's one that goes way back, man. Another one of the way backers. I
heard they were going to try to redo or
Ultima,
do a new,
to be honest,
Dragonaut, which was an older JRPG.
Is that the? Oh well, you know what? What I'd like to see them bring back, because I like the Legend of Dragoon. I thought it was fun.
Legend of Dragoon.
That is the one. Okay, then I'd like to see another Legend of Dragoon. So I will admit that Monster Hunter and Pokemon are so niche that they're almost their own genre. Oh, sup, what cop? That's one of our Gears 5 viewers.
But yeah. No, I mean, like I said,
Darn it, she tunes into this show. This isn't our best material. Dang it, Blood Axe. You're going to bring people to the show where we're like, what are we talking about? This new year ain't done nothing yet.
All right. So let's see here. I mean, 2020. We were talking about predictions for 2020. What about movies in 2020, man? Like, what are we expecting? I mean, are you expecting anything? Are you looking forward to anything? I mean, I hear there's gonna be a Venom 2, right? Was that true?
My biggest thing is that well, I'll tell you what I'm most apprehensive about, because I'm sorry, but that's easier to do. I'm very worried about the next Captain Marvel Spider-Man, where they're going to be in the same movie. I'm really worried they're going to take the Spider-Man movies I've enjoyed so much and mess up Spider-Man. Yeah. Oddly enough, I think the Sonic movie is going to be surprisingly better than expected.
You think?
Well, comparing that to like the Mario Brothers movie and stuff, it's a video game movie. It ain't got to do much to be better than what we're used to. Yeah. But it looks like it will be something I can take my kids to and tolerate my way through without going like hating it. Yeah. So I'm shocked. That's going to be terrible. Birds of Prey looks like it is going to be a trash fire. Like, I have low expectations for Birds of Prey. I'm going to say
Birds of Prey, we are not the target audience. I don't
think it's going to hit the target audience, though.
I have trouble trying to judge a movie too harshly that I don't think is in my wheelhouse.
Like, I think they're going to screw The Call of the Wild.
Oh, wait, no, different movie.
I'm just going to go like, huh?
Different movie.
Oh, wait, Wendy? Click that. I want to see if that's another Peter Pan-based movie.
Where?
Slide down.
Oh.
There you go. I'm just curious because, like, I like the story of Peter Pan. And I've enjoyed some of them. And I usually check them out. I've seen, like, every reiteration.
So they're going to do Peter Pan and the Eyes of Wendy?
Huh. Oh, my God. Are they going to do the dark horror story version? Because in the book, Peter Pan's a monster. Like, he does terrible things. Like, he is kind of that'd be interesting if they go more based on a book. I like dark retellings too when it's not just stupid. They actually are trying.
Excuse me.
But no, like, what are you looking forward to? Because I'll be honest, like, they haven't announced anything that's just got me hype. Well, I'm hoping eventually they'll get that Blade remake out, but they haven't really said anything. So, I've been hoping. Whoa, that's a really young Wendy. Now I'm confused.
Hold on.
Yeah, just cut through here. Don't play the actual thing because we've been hit with copyrights on the trailers lately. But just take some just take some screenshots from it, I guess.
Yeah, like, is there an older Wendy or is it going to be a really young? Oh,
it looks like a really young girl.
Okay, this looks like this is less.
That looks like some of the old footage. Almost.
That also looks real life too. Like, that does not look like that's really in Neverland. That almost looks like a. See, doesn't that look very? Is this a non-fantasy version of Peter Pan? Oh, Lord.
I don't know.
It looks like a non-fantasy version, like they did to Hercules with Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah. Oh. I don't know. Go back, though. There was a...
Yeah, they said Lord of Flies. They look like they're going for a non-fantasy Peter Pan.
It could be a gritty, though, which may not be bad.
You take the fantasy out of Peter Pan, you just have Lord of the Flies, though.
Now, Bloodshot may be interesting.
Oh. What's that about?
It's a comic book movie.
Oh, that's that one, yeah, with the cyber Vin Diesel.
Yeah. So, I mean, that actually may be interesting. Like, I'm sort of interested on how bad or good. Could be extremely bad.
But good
But
bad.
It also could be really good.
It also could be good bad. It could be that bad that you're laughing your tail off and having a good time with it. Now, Mulan, I have to say something. You know, that after the last trailer, people that follow us know that I said the last trailer made me hype for Mulan. But I had my heart broken when it was actually Rachel, a.k.a. Ray Ray Cosby's husband, Evan, pointed out to me something that hurt my feelings because he said, "You're forgetting something." I said, "What?" And he said, "Disney does great trailers." And I went, "Oh, crap. I did like the Lion King trailer before I went to see it." Like, Disney's really good and making you think a movie is something other than what it is. So now I'm worried that the second trailer roped me in and it's terrible and I just don't know it. Oh God, yeah, they're doing that James Bond movie.
Do another James Bond.
You don't know about that one?
Let's just keep on going.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is something that, I mean, you've got and Bloodaxe said, you know, he's curious about what Marvel does going forward, but not excited. And I'm sort of I'm almost not even curious personally anymore. Like,
only the Scarlet Witch has me slightly curious because I liked her in Endgame. I'd like to see what she's doing.
The WandaVision, which is gonna be a series.
I know, but I mean, that's all I got.
Yeah.
I like Scarlet Witch.
Well, and they've been doing really good with the series, so
true.
It could actually be the star, like Mandalorian. You know.
Yeah, it could be the one, but none of the other ones catch my eye. And Thor: Love and Thunder, the concept sounds so dumb that I'm having. Even though I like Thor, the concept makes me think this is going to be a dark world. This is going to be bad. Like, I'm expecting bad out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And not for what you think. It's a Thor movie. I'm expecting to be bad just because the Thor movies are very hit or miss in general.
Yeah.
And they have not said anything about it that sounded interesting at all. Now, that looked good. The Wonder Woman 1984 looked interesting.
Oh.
And it's rare for me to say this about a DC movie, but it looked...
Well, Wonder Woman was good.
I heard there were some complaints about the trailer.
Man, forget them. I mean, if they're going to do 1984, they were going to have... The outfit's going to look like... If they're going to try to do any homage to the original Wonder Woman, you know what the costume looked like. Is that what the
complaint? I don't remember what the complaints were about.
I mean, hers is actually still more less, you know, hookerish, less hookerish than the original. Because the original one didn't have a skirt; it was just like Wonder Woman in a bikini or like in a onesie, you know, a swimsuit. So, but I mean, I like Gal Gadot. It looks like they're going lighthearted with it, like it's going to be designed to be fun and entertaining, which I heard they did really good with Aquaman doing that. So I think it might be good. This might be the next DC movie I go see, other than the first Wonder Woman. I think I'll go see this one.
Now, Ghostbusters, that's...
Ooh, I'm looking forward to that. Dang it, good one. I forgot about it.
Well, I remembered it because she had scrolled down, actually, and Ghostbuster just popped up.
Wait a minute, there's a Bob's Burgers movie? Okay, click that, my editor, please. What the... There's a Bob's Burgers... Oh, no, go down. I want to screenshot. Is this going to be live action? Wow, that's all it says. It's just a movie's coming. It didn't give us a... Is it live action? Is it cartoon?
It looks like it's going to be cartoon.
Weird. Okay. Because if it's gonna be a live action Bob's Burgers, that would be terrible. which would be worth seeing because of how bad it should be. You know how live action.
Oh yeah, Bill and Ted. Forgot about this one.
Do you remember the original Bill and? Wait a minute.
Yeah, man.
I know.
I loved those movies when I was young.
When I was young, yeah, but I don't know what to expect from that movie,
Bill
man.
and Ted's Bogus Adventure.
You're just confused. All right, man. We are fishing. You want to do another random encounter? Because
please make it through the year.
Yeah, I was gonna make it through the year. Yeah. I mean,
wait, they're doing another Halloween?
Yeah.
Really? Is this based though on the reboot one they did?
Coming out.
What?
They're gonna screw up Snake Eyes, man.
Oh yeah.
The
one where they make him Asian because how dare he not be Asian, even though his whole story was that he wasn't Asian. That was literally the point. Like the reason that the other White Shadow or whatever hated him was because he was not Asian. He's like, how dare they teach this non-Asian our ninjutsu is his story. But yet they still have to change him, which makes me wonder what the heck's his new story going to be. I don't even know what his new story is going to be now because that was his story.
Snake Eyes.
He was the last samurai. He was the story of white guy raised by ninjas. That was the story.
But yeah.
Oh my
y'all,
God.
y'all triggered me. Don't get mad at me. I grew up on G.I. Joe, man.
All right.
No
All
one
right,
is half the
that's
battle.
the other year. Yeah, Dune may. I don't know why they're remaking Dune either. But...
Dune's a classic. Yeah, they don't need to be screwed with.
All right. You wanna roll, or you don't want to get up? Since you got the bumble leg and everything over there.
I like the way you just had to throw that out. Our editor has a bum leg, in case you did not know.
All right, she got 13. Alien. What should Disney do with it? Wasn't that the?
It's on there twice.
Okay, Disney time on 10, and then Alien on 13.
Yeah. All right, 7. Game On. Should DLC come with the game that you bought for free?
Should DLC be free?
Yeah.
Depends on what you're aiming for. I mean, free DLC really boosts a game's value and boosts the franchise. So tactically, it's a great idea.
I think so. Back in the day, DLC was often free, but also DLC was usually very small, minute things. Now expansions were what you paid for, which were usually a pretty large chunk of additional. I don't mind paying for expansions. I do understand that DLC and having to pay for DLC has gotten probably a bit out of hand, but there's also better quality and a lot more DLC now that you pay for it. So
I don't know, because I've gotten pissed thinking about it now. Because I'm going to tell you, skins used to be crap that A, was already in the game, or B, was free. To me, that's gotten out of hand. A effing costume, man. You want to sell me friggin' costume for my character? What the hell?
I'd rather them sell costumes than content, to be honest.
It depends on the way it's played out. Like, if it's real additional content, then that's different. Like you said, expansions. Like, to me, if you're going to sell me extra characters, man, I need a pack about 10. I need like a full roster, and then I'll pay you like a appropriate price. But piecemealing 1 and 2 characters, selling me a new skin for my gun, which is like, what, 2 friggin' kilobytes? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's some BS.
I'm not very vain when I play games, so I really don't tend to care that much.
That's the thing, though. It's like the quality for your buck has disappeared. I mean, I paid friggin' some money to add some more of my gears because I got it basically for free on my Game Pass, and I wanted to support the game. But what I got for my money compared to back in the day was nothing. I didn't get anywhere near like an additional quest for like my campaign.
The thing that's shocked me is the fact that expansions have almost gotten to where they're the same price as the game. Now that's what's shocking to me. I remember, used to you'd pay, $40 for a game, $50 for a game. An expansion was usually about
5 to 10
to $20,
For the really big ones, like Bethesda ones used to be back in the day.
Yeah, I mean, I think like the Baldur's Gate expansion was like $20.
But that added on a lot, though. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying when I talk about an expansion too. I mean, you're adding an RPG, you're adding a continent, or something like that.
Or like with Bethesda, like voice acted, man, a bunch of new voice acted characters, and often once again, like the Madness one for Oblivion, like a whole new content, a whole new line, new models.
Which Bethesda hasn't been insane with their DLC pricing either. Usually their DLCs are around $20.
Yeah, Fallout was fairly reasonable with most of them. The most recent, and then the Elder Scrolls, I felt like most of it, except for a couple of small ones.
Some companies still do the $10 or $20 expansion, and do free like little things. But
like when you look at like oddly enough the game I like, Gears, when you look at the fact they wanted $17 for the like Dark Fate Terminator stuff, and it's just 2 characters that actually matter. The other 2 are just basically skins, and then some weapon skins. And it's like $17-18. And you're just like, that is a little for that price, man.
Yeah.
Like give me something that's gonna change my game.
I'd see that being like $5.
No, it's $5 per character if you do it individually.
Oh, wow.
And that's why I just went like, this isn't worth the money, really.
I mean, honestly, like where I do understand the hate for paying for expansions, I don't necessarily think that it is 100% bad. I mean, you are having to pay for extra development time, testing, all that stuff. So I mean, there's money that goes into creating expansion. So I understand there being a cost to
here's
to get
also
those. Plus, I mean, your market is smaller than the actual game market, so you're also not getting as much money because not everybody who bought the game is going to buy your expansion.
There's also a comparison too of like what you're actually getting. For example, again, just because I'm remembering the heyday, man. Don't you miss Bethesda back in the day? Elder Scrolls, and I bought it. I was satisfied. I got a full game. I at no point looked at this game and said, man, I think it's missing content. Fallout 4, I felt like I got a full game. I didn't feel like I was chinched. So the expansion really felt like I was buying more. On the flip side, and I'm about to get in a lot of trouble, but one thing I had to say against Outer Worlds, it's kind of short. It felt a little small. I could see other planets, and I couldn't help but in the back of my mind feel that maybe some of that content should have already been in there and kind of got set aside.
Outer Worlds said they weren't going to charge for for expansions.
Then that's not, well, there you go, then that works. Because I was concerned about that.
Kibby Context says, I used to work for a game company. We made tabletop RPGs and miniature games. We had expansion books for our games, but our core game books came with everything you needed, so the expansion books were only an option. If you wanted to expand your gaming experience, but you didn't need them, so long as you had your core books. And and that's sort of what he was saying with the Bethesda games, where it was a full experience. I have noticed that with some games now that you especially some of the console games that I've been playing, it almost feels like they intentionally left stuff out where the game was incomplete. Now that bugs the crap out of me. And
you can even tell, because you'll go to an area and you can tell that it's not merely they plan to do something later. You can tell it was already in the game and it got yanked. Like you can look and go,
it's not,
there was
it's
something
also
here.
not just that. It's like, oh, well, the expansion comes out and you go and you download the expansion and it literally takes like a second because it's only 1 megabyte and all it's really doing is flipping a switch. Yeah.
And also, stop hiding the real game ending behind.
Sometimes that can be deceiving because sometimes the updates actually add the expansion stuff. But a lot of times, you can tell. Like, I mean, sometimes the game comes out and there's already an expansion available for it when the game comes out. That's insane.
That means they just chopped out an hour of gameplay and then tried to sell it to you. And what gets me, too, is also, here's the thing. While I do think an expansion should expand the story, I got to say this important to get this right. I do prefer my expansion is story relevant, too. I don't like an expansion that you literally go like, this literally means nothing. I mean, it's an expansion, but this is throwaway. I do like it when it expands story. But it should not be the replacement for the ending of the game. It should be additional story. It shouldn't be, oh, you got this game, but you don't find out what really happens to you until you go and get the expansion. You don't even done that. They've had DLC and expansions that had the real game in it where it literally hits you with a to be continued. And I'm like, oh, hell nah. Like, your game better be $20 or $30 if it says that. It better not be 60 and it hits you with a to be continued. Like, if that happens, I want my money back.
I mean, we still never got the real ending, I think, of Mass Effect 3. Like, that was that was such an incomplete game, man.
Even after they added stuff to it, you still don't really know what happens.
But they never added stuff to it. That's the problem.
Well, I mean, I think they tried to polish up the stupid explosions, the color coded ending.
They screwed up a bunch of stuff with people, and people got mad, and they took it out on the game company and everything. And then the game company's like, "Well, we're just not going to make the expansions." Which is the worst possible thing you can do when you already have an incomplete game.
Well, you said Mass Effect 3. Did you mean Mass Effect Andromeda?
That's what I meant.
No, Mass Effect Andromeda is not a complete game.
Okay, yeah.
You got more ending in The Force Awakens than you got in Mass Effect Andromeda.
Mass Effect Andromeda is what I meant.
Oh, yeah. No. Yeah, y'all guys got screwed
The only
on
stuff
that.
they added was some multiplayer stuff, which wasn't even a real to me part of the game. Like, I mean, I ignored the multiplayer stuff.
You and poor Damien, that was so sad. I felt so bad for y'all that y'all were just like, hey, but this game's good, I'm looking forward to the rest of it, and then it's just like, ain't gonna happen.
Well, that was my thing too. Like, I mean, I also, a lot of the crap it got, I didn't think it deserved. Like, I didn't think it was nearly as but that was also at the peak of people wanting to complain about games, and so it got like shat on horribly right out the door, and I don't think it actually deserved all that, and then that caused us to never get the complete game.
Well, of it
that's also their fault for not giving us a complete game to begin with.
Well, it was because people weren't expecting that. Like, the level of glitches that Mass Effect John came out with was Bethesda-ish, and only Bethesda back then could get away with that many at release. Now, I'm not saying that's not fair. No, I'm not saying that was not unfair.
I don't think people played the Mass Effect games prior to that, because I mean Mass Effect was not a very clean series to
Yeah,
begin
but I
with
mean,
when it came to,
they were up there. But I do agree with you that I felt like once they patched it, it was playable. And I mean, it was a Mass Effect game. It wasn't terrible. I watched you play a lot of it.
It wasn't nearly as unplayable as people made it out to be, for one.
Yeah,
And,
what really happened, dude, is Mass Effect
I mean,
3...
most of the complaints were because of visual effects and stuff like that. It wasn't anything that actually stopped playability.
We're putting our editor to sleep. All of us say is that, man, they caught crap off of Mass Effect 3 and they never recovered. It was really Mass Effect 3 hate flowing over to Andromeda. All right, then.
But also, I mean, with Kibby context, I think tabletop is actually a good example of how expansion's being done right. I mean, tabletop is usually pretty good about giving an expansive world and all that, and then all the expansions and additional content are very optional. You know.
Yeah, I'm still wrestling with that with Pathfinder 2nd Edition. While I know I'm used to Pathfinder because it has all those books out, it still feels like the 2nd Edition books out right now don't have enough in them just yet to feel
That's
that
because
it's complete.
You're insane when it comes to tabletop books and the additional content.
Well, yeah, I have a
and all
massive
that.
collection, an alarmingly large collection of tabletop
Well, you
games.
like the pull from all over the place so you can make some kind of insane character, which I understand because it allows you to have a unique character as well, and that's one of the reasons why we do grab so many additional books in these
Well,
games.
you don't want to be the cookie cutter guy. You want to kind of have your own style.
But at the same time, I mean, you can also, I mean, it is also tabletop and it is also role playing. You can use your imagination and just create some stuff, man. You don't necessarily have to.
Never heard of it. All right, man. Well, I got it. That's all I got. So, how you guys doing out there? Like,
all right. I mean, you have anything else to talk about? I mean, is that your wrap up for 2019?
that is me literally going like, I think we've beaten that horse
2020?
very thoroughly.
Oh,
it's dead, Jim.
It's
dead.
It's dead. Oh man,
stop it! He's already dead.
All right, I'm gonna say, yeah, as far as games and movies go, 2019 wasn't that great of a year. I have hopes for 2020.
Cyberpunk.
With a couple of titles. My biggest disappointment, even though I enjoyed the game, my biggest disappointment for 2019.
Baldur's Gate 2, but the new Baldur's Gate.
My biggest point for 2019 is still probably Outer Worlds. Like, I had so much hope for Outer Worlds, and it did not turn out to be nearly the thing. Now I am hoping that as time goes by, they'll do that additional content they were saying. I still remember the conversation we had on level caps on one of the random encounters, and where I didn't have a definite answer on that at the time. I don't think. After playing Outer Worlds and getting hit with a level 30 level cap, I was furious.
That is a very low level cap too, comparatively.
So I am even more so against level caps than I was.
That's not even half your skills maxed out. Well, I gotta admit that that also kind of got me that level cap is really low, like really low. Like that level cap got me that I was like, I'm done.
I guess one of the other reasons
you can hit it by the second or third planet.
One of the reasons why I'm not a huge fan of level caps too is I'm not big on replays. Like, I'm not a big replay person, so I like having the no level cap so I can explore all the different things I want to explore.
One and done.
One character.
You one and done guy?
When it comes to video games, I am.
Actually, I do feel you. I like to reach mastery level, and while I do replay throughs, I will admit though that it was very vexing that partway through the game when I got to like level 26 and I looked at my skills and went, "Oh crap, I'm not going to be able to complete half of what I want to do with this build."
And that's another thing. Like, I look ahead and I plan ahead, and I never saw that level 30 cap listed anywhere. So when I got to level 30 and realized that I couldn't complete certain trees I was working on and certain things.
The look on your face, because I knew about the cap.
So angry.
Because he looked at me and said, "I'm having trouble leveling up past 30." And I'm like, "You shouldn't be able to level past 30." He was just like, "No." I was like, "Uh-oh. Did you build planning for the future?"
I was quite annoyed by that, and the other problem is is grinding and stuff like that is not something that yeah, go ahead and block that for me, Blood Axe. We don't buy shit here.
Like Blood Ox, go attack, sick 'em. No, but man, I mean, yeah, like I said, but for me too, that I still don't understand why I don't like the looting, man. I still couldn't get over some of the little choices, like not being able to full loot a person, the loot being not relevant to the guy that you fought. Yeah. That really threw me off on more than a few levels, just because I came off of Fallout. Yeah. Oh, okay, we're killing the editor, man. She's sighing now.
Sighing over there. But anyway, yeah, no.
Let's talk about Little Women then. Like, tell us about Little Women.
End point on that. My main point was my biggest disappointment was that of the year, and even though I enjoyed the game, it was still a disappointment.
Yeah. So. Well, hey, like you said, Starfield.
Starfield could still be interesting.
Space Fallout, yo.
But yeah. What were your opinions on Little Women, editor?
Yeah, talk to us. Our voices have become grating.
She's over there just like dead. Like I don't know what's going on.
I really need to pee.
Oh, well, go. You can go. All right, we'll tie this up since the editor needs to pee. Thanks for watching, everybody.
What ended our show? Bathroom break.
Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed. Be sure to check us out on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, all that good stuff. If you want to support the show, you can go to patreon.com/Dicejunkies to support the show. We appreciate everybody. We hope everybody has a great new year.
I like the shirt.
and he's staring at himself. So thanks for watching, guys. Have a great year.